Hello, Potato. It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the Muppets. From Muppet LEGO tonight. Yes, they've finally gotten around to it. It's one of the last Disney properties that LEGO hadn't done anything with, and that is the Muppets. Now, sadly, we're not getting Muppet kits, or at least not yet. So no, like, Muppet Theater or a Muppet Bus or anything like that. But we are getting a series of 12 minifigures. Limited edition, 12 to collect. These came out back on the 1st of May. They actually came out at the same time as all the Star Wars Day stuff happened. And they had some at the store, but I was already buying so much. And frankly, just like while I was in line, people came and grabbed just like handfuls of them. And I like to take my time and feel through and try to not get duplicates. And I think that's what I've accomplished here. I think we have a few, more than half, 8 to be exact. 8 of our Muppet LEGO minifigures. So sadly not the whole set, but you know, it'll be enough for this video, and we'll do a second, maybe just like a weekday video when I track down the other 4. But this is what they had when I went into my local LEGO store, and this is what we're going to do. So who are the 12 they picked? So, you know, there's lots of Muppets, but they've only picked 12. So, I mean, obviously, you got Kermit and Piggy and Fozzie and Gonzo. And then you have Bunsen and Beaker. You have Animal, you have Janice, and you have Rolf, but strangely, no Dr. Teeth. You have like the entire Electric Mayhem, but no Dr. Teeth, and they don't have the sax player, and I can't remember his name. I can never remember his name, but I always thought he was cool when I was a kid, but I can never remember his name. And then there's also Statler and Waldorf, which is great. And is that 12? Did I say 12? Because there's 8 on here. Statler, Waldorf, Rolf, Janice. So yeah, that should be all 12. But we have 8 of them here, so let's, I guess, start popping these open and see who all we got. Make sure I didn't get any duplicates. Plus, it'll be easier to find the other 4. I skipped over like the Looney Tunes ones, and I've skipped the Harry Potter series, and I skipped the Simpsons one, but I can't skip the Muppets. I mean, instrumental to my childhood. And we're going to start off with Bunsen. So let's get him, not much to him, but let's get him built. There we go. Did I call him Bunsen? That's clearly Beaker. Bunsen is the guy with the head like a honeydew. And yep, we have Beaker. Very nice. So one thing that's kind of interesting in these is that they're all sculpted heads. There are no kind of traditional LEGO minifigure heads in this series, which makes them a little easier to find because you can just feel for the head. I mean, no other character has a head like this. So it makes them a little easier to, at least, I say that now. Let's open the other 7 and make sure I didn't get any duplicates, and we'll see if I'm correct in my assertion that it's easier to open them or find them if you have all molded heads. But let's, since we have it open now, let's look at the little booklet, because I'll need the little booklet in my wallet for when I go hunting down the last 4. Although again, I was able to find these ones without having it, but that's also because LEGO Store usually has them all on display, and I can just look at the physical ones. That feels like there should be more there, like this has been cut off. So yeah, there's the 12, and some radically different heights because of the head sizes. But yes, I mean, we have like, you know, we have Drummer Animal, and we have, well, I guess sadly Rolf couldn't come with a full piano. He has music. And we have Janice on her guitar, but yeah, no saxophone, no Dr. Teeth. Maybe we'll get a Series 2 down the road. I do like that we have Kermit there is playing Rainbow Connection, clearly, because he's got a rainbow. Unless it's meant to be like Pride Kermit, but that seems a little weird. Not complaining, but a little weird. Also like how Statler and Waldorf, and I never know which one is which, but I like how he comes with a laptop from like that most recent Disney Plus Muppet series. He's got the laptop with Scooter on it, which I guess is close. Also, we're going to get to a Scooter figure at this point. Another one who seems like, you know, never that, I think, that popular or great a character, but I mean, he's been there since the beginning. He certainly deserves, but they could easily do a second series. They could do Scooter, you could do Dr. Teeth, you could do the Mana guy. I mean, there's lots of other characters you could still do. You could do some Pigs in Space in there. Of course, you could do like a Pigs in Space version of Piggy and stuff. There's definitely room for a second series. But let's finish the first series first, huh? I guess we should do that before we get too ahead of ourselves and plan out a second series, especially when we have no power to plan out a second series. So who is Muppet number 2? Now, sadly, I don't think I have Honeydew. I think I only have one of Statler and Waldorf. So, you know, we didn't complete all of our pairings here, but who do we have second up? Second up is Kermit. Let's build him. Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog is here. I'd say so far these two are actually much simpler builds than I'm used to in minifigures now. I mean, minifigures shouldn't be that complex of builds, but there's not like little backpacks and dresses and little mini things to build for them like there are in some of these bigger, well, not bigger kits, but other minifigure series, the non-licensed ones. So it's like Kermit's sculpt, maybe it's just the angle I'm holding him at, but his sculpt of his head's a little weird. He's better like that, but I mean, I guess Kermit's always kind of been a weirdly designed character in the head. But he's got his little banjo. He's got his little rainbow. Because I just couldn't figure out what else to put with him. Could do like a Robin figure. Could do like a Robin, like one of the children figures. He's got, I kind of suppose they didn't do the ruff as like a second piece to go on him, like, you know, a piece of fabric or a piece of rubber or something. They just kind of painted it on. That's because these are kind of simpler figures. You know, when you actually get them in your hand, than I've become used to from the minifigure collections. I'm not disappointed. I'm just pointing out that I think they're not as complexly designed. What do we have next? Next up, we have Janice. Let's get all the rubbish in there. So let's build Janice. And there is our guitarist, Janice. So I've always kind of felt Janice is a bit of a second-tier character. I mean, I would definitely put her below, like, literally everybody else in the set. But I assume the issue is that, I mean, the Muppets being designed by a man, there are not a lot of female characters. There are not a lot of strong female Muppets. I mean, even for like Muppet Babies, they had to invent a sister for Scooter just to have another female character there. I mean, I guess other than Janice, because I don't know that there's not much you can do with Janice. She's not a well-developed character. She's a little one note. I mean, they've had to create like female rats, but who wants to do that as a minifigure? But nice figure though, nice sculpt. Again, I mean, kind of a weird head, but that's I feel authentic to the way she normally looks on the Muppet Show, so it's not a complaint. But I think Janice is just they had a serious lack of female characters to go for, and they wanted to have more than one female character in the set. Because there really aren't, are there? I mean, are there? Can you think of any other like really prominent female Muppets? Not counting Sesame Street. These are the Muppets, not Sesame Street Muppets. Kermit's the only real crossover between them. So, can you think of any other, like, Muppet Show Muppets, or Muppet Movie Muppets, that are female, that are, like, prominent characters that aren't Miss Piggy? Let me know in the comments, because I'm coming up a total blank here. So I guess that explains why Janice, though, to have some level of diversity. At least one thing with the Muppets is you can't flag them for color diversity, because they come in literally all colors. I mean, we got sort of a white guy here, and we got green guy. She's orange. I mean, you know, you have some definite diversity, but not so much in the gender department. All right. Next up, we have Gonzo. Let's build Gonzo. And there's Gonzo. He comes with Camilla, so that's nice. Another female character. And so Gonzo, let's look at Gonzo here, because Gonzo's another awesome character, and yeah, nice sculpt on the head. They've got, I think the angular bends in his nose. You could easily have just kind of rounded that off, but I mean, he really does have like kind of sharp angles in his nose a little bit there. You know, there's that bump there, and They did a good job of translating that through. The clothes, and for some reason I look at that shirt and I think Seinfeld. I don't know why. I don't think Seinfeld ever wore a chili pepper shirt, but I don't know. Gonzo didn't really have per se a like set costume. He changed his clothes, I think, fairly regularly to like different weird things. But I mean, it's an interesting shirt. It's an interesting design. I'm not knocking it, but yeah, it's got chili peppers. There's like little polka dots on the tie. I don't want to get too close to the camera and have it go out of focus, because this camera only has a certain closeness you can get to before everything goes to blur. It looks like he's wearing socks with sandals, but I don't think that's correct, because that's not what he wore in the show, as I recall. But you don't see his feet very often, do you? Yeah, nice figure. We're halfway through. So far, no dupes. Let's continue and see who our next attendee here is, and it is, looks like Rolf. So let's put Rolf together. And there is Rolf. And you know, I said that there's like no normal minifigure heads in this set. I was lying, because I forgot that Rolf does come with a bust of, is that Beethoven? I think it was Beethoven he had on his piano, right? And that bust does have a proper minifigure head and hairpiece, which is interesting. You could use that for like a ghost or something. And I guess, you know, that's cool, and it makes it the fact that Rolf is kind of the plainest, so far at least. He's basically just a brown minifigure with some little fur tuft detail work on it. And then he's got his little sheet music there. Is that real music? Could you play that? Well, it's a piece by Beethoven, so yeah, I think that's probably a Beethoven bust. I can't quite read that though, can you? But I can see it's by Ludwig van Beethoven, but I can't read the first line. I want to say Raindrops, but I thought that was by Chopin. So I think it says Concerta No. 1, but I can't remember that. Make out the part in quotes, like Pertbegree or something like that. Second movement, Ludwig van Beethoven. So yeah, I assume that you could, in theory, play this music if you were musically inclined, and also so inclined to even bother trying. It wouldn't be very long, because it's like, what, like 12 notes there? So wouldn't take you long. But Rolf's sculpt is nice, well done. I think faithful enough, and but the body is just kind of plain. Again, Rolf is just, you know, a brown furry dog. There's not a lot to him as a Muppet, so can't really fault them there. It's faithful. It's not exciting, but it is faithful. Who's next? Next up, we have Statler. So, I mean, yeah, I don't think you could do a Muppet collection without Statler and Waldorf. So I definitely need to find Waldorf to complete that one, because, yeah, I mean, they're characters that have been there literally since the beginning of the series. And yeah, I normally fast forward to the builds here, don't I? And I'm talking through this one instead. So yeah, we have Statler with the laptop, which of course it's kind of, you know, I would really like to see. I mean, I guess maybe not a full. I mean, a Muppet stage playset would be awesome, especially because you could put them up on the side on the balcony like they are in the original show. That would be fantastic. But I feel like the minifigures are probably all we're getting. We're probably not going to see any Muppet playsets. It's probably just going to be this. Yep, nicely sculpted face. Actually looks a little like Herbert from Family Guy, but he did exist well before Herbert did. And yeah, there's Scooter's little cameo appearance in this collection as he's chatting with Statler about how awful Statler and Waldorf think the new Muppets is. What was it, Muppets Now? Was that the most recent one? Muppets Now? I enjoyed it. I would like to see more of it. But, yeah, Disney Plus is a little weird on some of this stuff, so I'm guessing we probably won't. So just two more. We've so far been good with no duplicates. I kind of want to go in those little boxes. They had the little boxes again like they did for the Disney Plus Marvel ones. But again, not in the store, and surprisingly, Shop Disney hasn't sold any of these. And I didn't order them in time from LEGO, so no point in getting one now. I only need 4 figures, and I don't want to get one of those boxes and get 6 and get guaranteed 2 duplicates, and no guarantee of even getting the 4 that I need. So, because I think the boxes were a cute idea with the Marvel ones, but I definitely learned not to buy more than one of them. All right, so next up we have Miss Piggy. She's got a little magazine. I'm assuming it's a magazine. Maybe it's just a picture of herself. It's got a barcode on it, so I'm assuming it's meant to be like Miss Piggy magazine. And yep, another character with a kind of a set outfit in this pink dress. Very nice. The head is, I think, really well sculpted. The eyes on some of these are a little, I don't know, a little dead. I mean, I know it's of a puppet, and it's a minifigure, and there's only so much you can do. But I think the sculpt is really nice. Just the eyes, for some reason, just don't work. And I think that's actually kind of an issue with her puppet too. If you go back, I think in the original Muppet Show, her eyes are a little weird as a puppet. I think it got better over the years, but I think initially her eyes were just a little weird. But I feel like they made her look a little chunkier on the magazine cover there for some reason. Maybe it's just the angle they've drawn her at. Yeah, nice figure. Put her there with Kermit. That's a complicated relationship. She is definitely abusive, and he is definitely henpecked. All right, the last one for today, for this video, unless I happen to find the rest of them before editing and uploads. And this one, wow, this one, you know, I commented on these being kind of simple builds. Well, this one has made me a bit of a liar. It's Animal, and let's put him together. All right, that's our first one that has extra pieces, but there's Animal. I mean, not a complex build, but certainly the most involved of anything in this series so far, and the first time I've ever had a kit where you actually needed to use both of the magic wands. This time they are drumsticks. Yep, so I guess that's as closest to Dr. Teeth as we're getting there. So, I mean, clearly he is Rolf from the Electric Mayhem, because he's got the Dr. Teeth mouth on his drum, which I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it twinkles kind of nicely in the light. The gold tooth does actually reflect light differently than the rest of the printing there. Yep, he's got a little drum kit. He's got drumsticks. He's got his little half shirt tied on because he always had kind of the weirdest dress sense, and a really nice sculpt on his face. I think his head is probably my favorite sculpt. Although Beaker here is also quite I like Beaker. I like Beaker and Honeydew both. So I definitely need to get Honeydew. I definitely need to get Waldorf. Those are unfortunately like big missing things from this. Swedish Chef, yeah, I have to get him. And I mean, Fozzie. How can you not have Fozzie? But we've got 8. We've got most of them. So favorite out of the set, or what we have so far, it's kind of hard to choose because I mean, some of them, there's so many good characters here. I mean, I know people are going to go with Kermit and Piggy, and no, I'm not doing that. But, I mean, I'm trying to balance also my desire to pick my favorite characters versus the best minifigures. I mean, the most impressive is easily Animal, because he has the drum set. I mean, compared to everybody else coming with just like a little hand thing, the drum set is actually a build. You have to actually put that together. That's a little impressive. But that's, you know, I don't know if that necessarily qualifies him as, like, my favorite from the set. I'm torn between Statler, Beaker, and Gonzo. I think Gonzo's a really nice sculpt as well. I like the heads on all of them. I like the characters. But, I don't know. It's a hard decision. Definitely most impressive, but my overall favorite from the set, I'm going to go with Statler, and I may change my mind on that. I may change my mind before this video is even uploaded. I may say something entirely different when I do the second part of this, when I've acquired the final 4. But for now, we're going to say Statler. I think Statler is my favorite from the 8 we have so far. And that's going to wrap this up. We've only got 8, so unless I suddenly jump ahead and have the other 4 tacked on to the end of this video, that is the end of this video. So, as you may well be able to guess just by kind of looking at the changes on your screen, it has been some time since I recorded the video you just finished watching. About 4 months to be exact. I recorded the first part of this video back when these first came out in May. It has been quite some time since then. And I do have what I hope is the rest of the figures here. I say I hope they are, because I don't think they're available anymore. I mean, I'm sure I can get them from like Amazon for twice the price, but I haven't seen them in the LEGO store or Target or anybody in a few weeks now. But it's also been so long since that first part of this video was recorded that a whole nother series of minifigures has been released. Series 23 is now out, and that came out at the beginning of September. And we have here what I hope is all but one of them. I think there's a couple duplicates in here, one intentionally, one by accident. But I do think there is one that we are missing, and this here is the result of 3 separate trips of trying to get them. I went on September 1st to pick up something, and I figured if they had any, I would pick up some of these, and they did have them, and they only allowed you to buy 2. So that's what I bought then, and I've gone back a couple times since then to try to complete this series. And again, I think we're missing one. Maybe I'll be surprised, and I will have grabbed it and not realized it, but that would probably mean we're missing something else. But anyways, put these aside for now and finish our Muppets. Now, I don't remember what I said in the first part of this video. It really was like 4 or 5 months ago. I feel like I was probably most impressed with Animal because of the little drum kit. And I'm sure I made comments, oops, his little laptop's messed up. Comments about particularly liking Beaker and Statler here, but beyond that, I really don't remember. Now, I do think also, I think in all this, we are going to have one duplicate figure here, because I think this is one that I picked up in one run because I couldn't figure out what it was, and I realized once we got home who it had to be. So I think we do have one duplicate in our Muppet minifigures here as well. So it's lots of duplicates today, but I guess I'm also get used to that, because I think it's next year they're going to switch over and do these in boxes instead of having to kind of cut down on this the foily plastic stuff here. We're going to have them in little paper boxes that probably won't be fondleable. So duplicates are probably going to kind of become the order of the day on these, or at least maybe actually making some friends to trade. But let's I don't remember how long the first part of this video is. I haven't reviewed it since recording it. So let's just get into this, because we have a whole nother series, I think 13 minifigures to open after the Muppets here. So let's just get into them. Starting here with a Swedish chef. Let's put him together. And there we go. There is our Swedish chef. I do like that he comes with a little Muppet apple. I think that's really cute. I expect it also probably threw me off when I was looking through for these, because I probably felt that and thought it was a normal head, because I mean, it is a headpiece. And of course, I don't think any of the Muppets have normal heads. They all have sculpted heads. So that probably threw me off a little bit until I figured out the chef hat. This gets printed all the way around. That's nice. It's a good sculpt on the face, I think. Awesome. Another great character. I'm glad they included him. Who is next? Definitely another favorite. Swedish Chef's definitely going to be another favorite. And yep, here is that duplicate I thought we were going to run into. Another Miss Piggy. Yep, there we go. Same as the first one. Nothing special there. But I think that is our only dupe for the set. I think it was I think I forgot that she has this 2x4 piece with her, and I couldn't figure out from the head who it was, and so I picked it up just to be on the safe side, which is generally a mistake when it comes to these. It is ultimately better to just take a little extra time and fondle and just not worry about what other people think as you sit there molesting minifigures to figure out who they are. Next is Waldorf, Statler's life partner. Let's make space for you here and put you together. And there is our Waldorf. I said it's Waldorf, right? Statler's the tall one, Waldorf is the short one, correct? I don't know why after all these years I still have trouble keeping them apart. But yes, Statler is the tall one, Waldorf is the short one. I will probably forget that again before the end of this video, or even before the end of the portion where I look at the Muppets. So interesting things I'm noticing on him. Like he comes a little cup of tea, and he's brought a spare to share with his friend. So we'll give Statler a cup of tea as well. And other interesting fact, Waldorf has child legs. Because, of course, Waldorf is shorter than Statler, but they've given him the child legs, but they're the newer ones, like Kevin and Home Alone had, that are bendable. It seems like they're going back and forth between whether or not they use these bendable child legs or not, because I've seen kits. Indeed, I think the next minifigure series is going to have a character in it with the non-bendable child legs. But yep, Statler and Waldorf both have bendable legs. They are awesome together. They need to be together, kind of like Kermit and Piggy, kind of like Beaker and Honeydew. You gotta have Statler and Waldorf together. And hey, they can now each have a cup of tea. So as I think about it, let's move Janice down here. Move you over here with Kermit. Move Janice down here with Rolf, so the band is kind of all together. I mean, Kermit may have banjo, but he's not part of the Electric Mayhem. I do hope if they do ever do a second series of these, we get at least Dr. Teeth. I don't know what characters they would do next. I feel like you kind of got all the big ones here in this set. So I don't know who. I mean, Scooter. I don't think Scooter's in this series. At least you could do Scooter. You could do Dr. Mayhem. You could do the Mana guy. But next we've got Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, a necessity. Put you here. And did they do the same thing with him? I think they did. I think we've got the child legs again. Yeah, that is cool. So because Bunsen Honeydew is shorter than Beaker, we've done the same thing with those two. We've given the shorter character the shorter legs. And certain similarities between the two aside from that, aren't there? I mean, got the same kind of bald head going on. Walter doesn't have glasses, though, so we have to give that. See the sculpt. His face sculpt seems a little off somehow. I know he's kind of a simplistic sculpted Muppet anyways, as far as the face goes. I think Beaker's much more expressive and stuff. But I don't know. What do you think? It does certainly look like a Honeydew. But I like it, but I feel like the face is just a little bit off. So that leaves us just one more Muppet to introduce to the lineup. So we have an extra whisk from Chef. All right, so this should be Fozzie. If it's not Fozzie, we have a problem. But thankfully, we don't have a problem because it is Fozzie. And kind of like with Animal, he does have a little bit more of an involved build. So let's do that. Waka waka waka, there's Fozzie. And unfortunately, his mic stand is not really able to stay stably on his little stand in the same way Animal's drum kit is. Also, he has an extra mic and an extra part of a stand, but not one you can actually do much of anything. I guess you could have him hold it, but it's lacking the piece to connect the microphone to the stand, so maybe not. I could modify this just like a 1x1 stud to put underneath the stand, and that'll be fine. So look at the face, good sculpt, mouth Mouth's a little odd, I think. But still, nice. It's got that same kind of thing going on with the body a little bit that Rolf has, and that it's just kind of like weird little scratch marks for fur. But of course, Fozzie is jazzed up a little bit with his scarf, as were Rolf. Almost from a distance in particular, it looks like you just forgot to print a body on him. He's just got kind of plain brown body. I mean, I can see the little marks, but I feel like if I didn't know they were there to look for them, I maybe would overlook them. We do have Fozzie, so yeah, we have the whole set here. So favorites, it's time to pick favorites now that I'm actually done. I do think Animal is the most impressive just because he does have his own little actual drum kit, which is it's a lot for a minifigure to have a whole little mini build with him like that. But as far as picking an actual single favorite one, I can't do that because too many of them are by necessity pairs. I mean, I feel Kermit and Piggy you can take separately, but Bunsen, Beaker, and Statler and Waldorf, they are pairs, and you can't really judge them as separate. So and honestly, it's between those two as far as my favorites, just because I like the characters that much. Yeah, technical ability is definitely Animal because of the drum kit. I guess I'll go with Statler and Waldorf just because I think Bunsen's head is a little, I don't know, just something about it seems a little off to me. Again, I'm taking into consideration the fact that his head is just a little simplistic and meant to look like a honeydew melon anyways. But yeah, I'm going to go with Statler and Waldorf. Statler and Waldorf are my favorite from this series, just kind of based on the characters. But yeah, that's nice. All 12 of them are there, which means now it's time to jump into September's releases and look at Minifigure Series 23. If I haven't opened any of these yet, I've just kind of fondled them all to see what they are. They are all from LEGO Store. They were $4.99 each. Pretty sure they were as well. Because, of course, they went up a while back. These used to be $3.99. Now they're $4.99. So, deal with it, I guess. But I feel like there's a lot in here. First of all, there are some Christmas ones in here, which will be nice for the Winter Village. We have the Nutcracker or Toy Soldier from Swan Lake. We have the Sugar Plum Fairy. We have an elf, which is, I think, the one that's going to have the non-bendable child legs. We have, not pictured on the box here, but we have a snowman. And I think the one that we're going to be missing, we also have the turkey, I guess, for Thanksgiving. But I think the one we're going to be missing here, I believe, is the knight. I do not think we found a knight. And I'm pretty sure when I looked and got the last ones of these that I got, they had like just put out a box. But yeah, I guess somebody had already gotten there and snitched out the knights. So let's open up our first one of these and see who is in here. This one doesn't want to open normally. All right, so it's everything out. And to start off with, oh yes, another holiday one, the reindeer. We'll start off with the reindeer. Actually, let's look at the little booklet, since I'm sure I looked at the little booklet in the Muppets back in the first part of this video. So let's look at the little booklet for Series 23 here in the second part of the video. And yeah. So yeah, that is Series 23. I don't think, can I get back? There we go. Get all of it on camera at once. But yeah, we have four very cool, I suppose you could argue these two aren't Christmassy, but I think they're supposed to be from the Nutcracker, so. But these three certainly are Christmassy. So we have three definite Christmassy ones. Two, arguably, if you want to just look at that as like a toy soldier or a Nutcracker, I think he's actually holding a nut there, like a walnut. So I'm thinking that pretty much secures him as a Nutcracker. And the Sugar Plum Fairy, so I am pretty sure they're supposed to be Nutcracker. And then, but then we have, for Thanksgiving, we have the turkey, although, I mean, it's only Thanksgiving in the, well, I guess, does Canada do turkeys for their Thanksgiving? If you are Canadian, let me know in the comments. All I know about Canadian Thanksgiving is it takes place at a completely different time from American Thanksgiving, because it's for like kind of different reasons. But I guess, they do turkeys for holiday dinners all over the world, well, all over the Western world. I don't know. I feel like going down that road too much farther is just an invitation to problem, so we won't. We'll just say, in America, we have Thanksgiving coming up, and there's a turkey for it. All right, let's build our reindeer. All right, there is our reindeer. We have an extra set of antlers. We'll put that off to the side. But yeah, she's definitely going to go into the holiday display. Interestingly, she's got like a gap in her teeth, or are those supposed to be buck teeth? That's interesting. She has two heads, or two faces. We have a smiley one back here. Maybe I'll put that one facing out. The big cheesy grin one. If I can do it without the entire figure falling apart. But yeah, she'll probably go in the Santa's photo op area of the holiday display, the Winter Village, when I set it up, probably in November. So yeah, nice face. The interesting thing, I don't know if it's gap teeth or buck teeth, but that's an interesting detail. I don't think I have any minifigures with like gap teeth like that. The head's a nice sculpt. Printing is nice. Little package with a little like gingerbread cookie, which, you know, LEGO has done a lot of gingerbread stuff over the years with the Holiday Village things. Because, of course, we have the big gingerbread house fantasy set from a few years ago, 3-4 years ago now. And before that, I had like a smaller gingerbread house that I have in the display that was like a promo kit. Like a long time ago with purchase, like one of those gift with purchase sets. Yeah, so we have a reindeer. That's number one. Let's move on. Initially, I think I didn't like get any of the holiday ones until the last time I went. I think people were like snagging the holiday ones out. And I mean, and why wouldn't you? And oh, that I didn't expect. All right, so look at number two here is the snowman. So let's put him together. All right, here is our like snowman, I guess Frosty the Snowman minifigure. So a couple surprising things. I kind of thought the head was just going to be the round head here, but there's actually a minifigure head below it, and it has a face. I was not expecting that. I thought this was actually supposed to be a snowman, not somebody in a suit. And even though it is the middle of winter, apparently it's a very warm suit because they've actually put little beads of sweat on their face. That's interesting. Also, the nose comes off, so I guess they can look out through that. You can kind of, if I get the head back on, there you go. Kind of see their face through there. Until you put the carrot back in place, and then, yeah, you have no way of knowing that that has a human. It's also extra carrot, which is actually another surprise to me a little bit, because I kind of thought this would just be the standard LEGO carrot, but this is actually a little rubbery, I guess, so you can't poke your eye out as easily with it. It's not super flexy. I don't know if I can, yeah, but you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, it's got a little bit a give to it. It's not the hard plastic carrot that most kits with carrots come with. This isn't an eaten carrot, this is a wearing carrot. Printing's pretty basic, but yeah, the face is nice. This is going to go in, and this actually, I should have a second one of these in here somewhere. This is going to go, if you've looked at the pictures on the @Void of Intelligence Instagram from previous years, this is going to probably join the Doctor and Elsa in fighting off the Daleks. For the purposes of the Winter Village, that's a real snowman, not a person in a costume. Moving on to number 3, and there should be a total of 14 of these with 2 duplicates, 1 intentional, 1 by mistake. And here is our intentional duplicate, another snowman. There is our duplicate snowman. Put over the first snowman. And yeah, they will both join the Doctor and Elsa's army in a fight against the Daleks. Alright, next up. Well, we have the turkey, I see. Yeah, this is, for a company that wants to like cut down on plastic, I'm not sure why we've started doing bags inside of bags here. This is not a thing they used to do in the minifigures, but the last couple series, I don't think this series had any in it, but I think the series before that, before the Muppets, like series 22, I believe, had these bags inside of bags. Well, let's put this. This is going to be interesting because I don't think I've ever had a piece that goes in the legs that sticks up like this. Let's put this together. All right, here is our Thanksgiving-esque turkey. who, his tail feathers just don't sit in there. Oh, there we go. I just hadn't pushed him down quite hard enough. They're in there now. So again, we've got a guy in a costume. Interesting choice again. So far, I've been very surprised with the faces on these. So we have an angry face, which is weird. And then happy turkey face. I'm going to go with angry face just because that just seems so out of place. Maybe he's actually like from Lego PETA and is trying to get people to not eat turkeys for Thanksgiving. And so he's mad that nobody is paying him one lick of attention. But yeah, nice sculpt. The tail is interesting. I don't think I have anything that has a tail quite like this. Most things with wings here attach at the neck post, not at the legs. With the legs, I've usually seen like skirts and stuff. So, and like maybe cattails, thinking like cattails and stuff. But that's an interesting design. I think I commented on this in like Series 22's video. I maybe even commented on it series before that too. That it seems like they use these minifigure collections as a way of creating things that they don't have kits that they can actually go with. So they just make the weirdest things they can think of. And this is actually very apropos because what we have now is a little man in a boat. Oh, okay, and it attaches like this. So let's get him built. And there is our little ship's captain with a boat for trousers. And he has an extra little smokestack piece. So yeah, I have no idea what the thought behind this is. He's got like a little, you know, it would be cool, put him with the, if you have the Titanic set, get him and put him with the Titanic. He's clearly the captain of the Titanic. That is a little version of Titanic form. I suppose I could add him to the Winter Village, like as a mascot for the toy shop or something. They probably sell toy boats. But yeah, this is certainly up there with like the series where they had the minifigures with the Lego brick bodies, which they actually have in the build your own figure thing at the Lego store. Not the same colors, so I guess so you can't like recreate the one from the Minifigure series, or I guess one. I think there was 2 different ones. But you can make a new one of your very own. Yeah, it's a very unique piece. This was actually a really easy one to tell from the bags, just because of that little boat. And I kind of thought he'd be one that would sell out, like the hot dog guy did a number of years back. But there were a lot of him in the collection available for people who wanted to get him. Cute, definitely one of the more unique. I mean, they're all pretty unique, but probably one of the more unique ones. Next, we have like a popcorn guy. Oh, it's got kid legs. All right, here we go. Clearly a child working for the movie theater to earn a little extra money on the weekends because it does have the child legs. So given this has child legs that bend, I'm going to actually be probably a little annoyed if the elf really doesn't have bendable legs, because you have bendable child legs here in the set already. Why wouldn't you do them on her? But put a little popcorn bucket on him, because he's very plain. 2 faces though. We got a smiley face, and I guess this is his embarrassed face because the girl he likes just walked by and saw him dressed like this. I suppose if I'd ever gotten the cinema for the modular building series, I would add him in front of that during the late winter spring period when that display goes out, but I never did, and it's been long discontinued, and I'm not going to pay $1,000 for it now. Maybe one of these years they'll add like a little Lego theater to the Winter Village, but not this year. No, not this year. This year we're getting another toy shop because you need technically 3 if you don't count the fact that the second toy shop is just a modification of the first one. Yeah, we've got another toy shop coming this year. So here is our next figure, the Sugar Plum Fairy. And of course, I'm going to get the toy shop. Okay, anyway, we have I didn't realize that she was going to, but she does not have the bendable legs. Well, let's get her built. All right, there is our Sugar Plum Fairy, and yeah, we've got extra crown. Put that away. We've got the non-bendable legs. So we have this child with bendable legs and this child without bendable legs. And maybe she's supposed to be a little bit shorter, but I mean, when you put the crown on her, she's taller. So I'm not sure what they were going for there. Yeah, that's a choice. Not a choice I agree with. You've got the bendable child legs now. You should never have these non-bendable ones ever again. But aside from that, she's nice. Maybe she's the girl he was embarrassed to see him dressed like this. But then she's dressed like this, so I'm not sure what he has to be embarrassed about. Or maybe this is just how she dresses all the time. Maybe she's a little different, a little quirky. She has two faces. We have the big smiley face here, and then the less big smiley face. I'm not gonna say it's like an embarrassed face like his was. Maybe more of a smug, like a smirky face almost. Like she's smirking or something. Maybe because she saw him and knows he's embarrassed. We'll put you two together, and you can sort that out between the two of you. So this should put us, what, halfway through these, I think. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 6 left. Out of, I think, 14 we have to open. So we're doing good. We're well on our way to our next holiday one. The elf. Let's build her. And here we have our little holiday elf, which comes with a whole extra house for her little snow globe. Or alternately, I suppose, if you want to be creepy and evil, you could put a severed head in there. Although the little snow on the dome does make that a little weird. I'm not sure if it makes it better or worse. But yeah, we have no bendable legs here again. And as I promised I would be, I am annoyed at that. We have two faces again, which is another interesting one. Very similar, I think, to his. The only difference being that she has like some freckles there on her cheeks. But otherwise, no, the eyebrows are a little different. His eyebrows are, I think, a little more arched than hers. But yeah, same expression on the reverse side at least. What I'm using is the reverse side. Different expressions on the front though. Actually, I'm gonna use that one as her front side. Why not? And yeah, we have a little snow globe with a house that she has shrunk down because a naughty child lived there, and Santa told her to do this. So that child not only is not getting anything for Christmas, they're going to be somebody else's present. Yep, she will join the elf family at the Santa's Workshop area in the park at the Winter Village, over at the Santa photo op area. Been nice printing. I like the detail of the snow globe. Again, it's one of the things where they had an idea to do something cool and didn't really have a kit that could do that in. Although honestly, since you have a toy shop in the new Winter Village set, something like that would have been, or would be, I don't know exactly what is going to be in it, would be cool in that. I've seen pictures, but not really so much of what's in the toy shop. All right, next we have another bag in bag sort of a deal here. And it looks like we've got the dragon. So we got to put him together. All right, there is our dragon. And we have an extra horn for that one. I do appear to have misgendered the dragon. I believe I referred to her as a he, but I do believe that that is supposed to be a female presentation. Again, if it's your figure, it can be whatever you want. They can identify however they want to identify. Right now, they're identifying as a dragon. She's got kind of an angry, smirky face and a roarer face. And this time we have both wings around the neck and a tail over the legs. This is a nice one. I like the sculpting on it. I like the wings. I have them the right way. I do have them on the right way. Good. The head's nicely sculpted. You could add this into your knights. I guess that's who the knight's supposed to go with. I mean, they are actually pictured next to each other on the picture. That she's fighting who. Now that I look at the picture, that is a child knight. They've got bendable legs, but they are definitely the child legs. Hopefully at some point in the future I will be able to add that one to my collection, but probably not in a video because I'm not going to do a video for just one minifigure. Nor am I going to wait on this until I find that one minifigure, because this video is going up, it's getting done. I am going to bid it a farewell, because it's been sitting on the first half of it's been sitting on the hard drive for way, way too long. Let's finish building her. All right, and there's our Sugar Plum Fairy understudy. So we have two of her. And yeah, what it was that got me on her, and I know I realized it after I got home, it was her dress. It's because her dress is a solid plastic piece. And I kept feeling it's like kind of washboardy thing, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I'd forgotten that she has a hard dress, not a cloth skirt. So that is how we accidentally ended up with two of her. Two of him's intentional, two of her is a mistake. All right, we've got just 3 left. See who we got. Yeah, we definitely don't have the whole... Oh, I think we're gonna have 2 that were... Oh, you know what? I probably thought one of these was the big bad wolf. So there's still 2 I need. I mistook that head for that head. Oh, that's disappointing. That is an unexpected duplicate. But still, I mean, it'll be fine in the Winter Village. It's not going to be a problem to have another reindeer person. So it looks like they're not re-releasing the sled set this year, which I really wanted to get another one of, because I wanted to modify my Santa's sleigh to have 8 reindeer and not just the 4 the sleigh came with last year. Oh, that's disappointing. So yeah, we do need to go back. Oh, I think... And I thought the wolf was one of the first ones I got. So that means the reindeer was one of those 2 that I got originally when they only allowed you to buy 2. That means that one of them was the reindeer, not the wolf. Unless there's still the wolf here somewhere. In which case I've really messed up. And I'm missing... I don't know who I'll be missing in that case. Because we should have here then... One of these should be the robot. One of these should be the Nutcracker. Unless I've really messed up and we have... Well, I have more shopping to do anyways, obviously, but again, not for a video, just for myself. Maybe I'll throw a picture up on the @VoidOfIntelligence Instagram when I get that sorted out. But looks like next up is our robot. All right, there's our robot. They have an extra pair of scissors. I'm not sure why they have any pair of scissors. I kind of thought that was supposed to be like a... I guess in the picture, actually, now look at it, it's obvious, but I thought maybe it was like a wind-up key that was going to go on the back or something. Why does the robot have the front of a computer monitor and a pair of scissors? If you know why the robot has scissors, please let me know in the comments. Obviously, it's supposed to be a costume. Maybe it's a Halloween. Maybe it's a Halloween costume. Maybe that's some of these. Maybe some of these are actually Halloween. Maybe it's all of fall. So we have Christmas ones with Sugar Plum Fairy and the Snowman and the reindeer and the Nutcracker. We have Thanksgiving with the turkey, and then the rest of them are all Halloween costumes. Still doesn't explain why this one has scissors. They have 2 faces as well. They have a gritting their teeth face and a smiley face. What they don't have is a trick-or-treat bag. But I like the sculpt on the head. This is one that I wasn't sure. I think sometimes I was feeling it out if this was maybe armor for the knight, because the knight looks like they may have like an armor overlay piece. But yeah, the square head, I ultimately got to say, oh, actually, no, I think it was like maybe the face hole that let me know it was a robot and not the knight. So this last one here should be the Nutcracker / Toy Soldier. So whichever you want to be. It does appear to come with a walnut, though. So I'm going to say it's a Nutcracker. We got lots of extra pieces. We got extra sword, extra walnut, and an extra little shoulder pad, epaulets, whatever they are thing. So here is our happy mustachioed Nutcracker. We have the smiley face, and then we have... I guess, I don't know, a not smiley face. Doesn't look angry or sad or anything, but it's definitely not smiling. Yeah, very, very much a kind of the F.A.O. Schwartz mascot going on there. Too regal, I think, to be KB Toys, but F.A.O. Schwartz's Nutcracker was kind of like this, I think. So let's put you over here. So that's it. We're done. We've got all 12 that we've got. So yeah, I still need to track down the Big Bad Wolf, which again is funny, because I'm pretty sure that's one I thought I got out of the first attempt, when obviously it was a reindeer. And I still need to track down the Knight. But still, we have some nice additions to being going in the Winter Village here. For my saying that the holiday ones were hard to find, I sure seem to have gotten duplicates of most of them. But let's rate these ones. Who do I like best here? You know, they're all a little weird. But I think I'm going to go with the robot costume here. I like the little detail of the on-off switch on the arm. I don't understand the scissors at all. I like the little duct tape on this elbow. Guess it looks like a cardboard box helmet. Yeah, I think I like that one the best, even though it's one that I didn't intentionally buy two of. But this has been a long minifigure video, I think. When I tack on the first part of it and edit it all together, this will be pretty long for a minifigure blind bag video. But hey, we did almost 2 complete series of minifigures. So I will need to go out and get the Big Bad Wolf and the Knight still. Maybe I'll wedge them into some other video at the end of another Lego video or something. We're going to be doing more Lego, so, you know, no worries there. More Lego is a-coming. But that's going to wrap up this. Let me know in the comments below which figures you like the best. Who's your favorite Muppet? Who's your favorite Series 23? And also let me know again, if you have any idea why this robot has scissors, it's probably a reference to something that I am just not getting. If you get it, let me know. But I will thank you for watching. I hope you found this at all interesting or entertaining. If you did, go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.